So people should date multiple people. That's it. Okay. Now, should you play around with people's feelings and emotions
No.
and lifestyles and stuff like that? No, you should not. If you are in a exclusive relationship, you should be exclusive in that relationship. We've also determined that the best people to date multiple women or be multiple people at a time would be married people. Okay. They do it very well. They're excellent at it. A plus. Okay. Also, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I think that I mean you said it. I think that, and if you're not married, just let the only lie be that you're married, and I think you'll have a better successful dating life. Put a ring on, say I am married. You don't have to tell them what you're married to give yourself something to admit back to. So yeah, I never said I was married to a person.
Post my marriage on my social media.
Yeah, I'm married to the streets. I'm married to the game. I'm married to my career. I just told you I was married.
You give very nice fuckboy vibes. Like you the type of nigga that'll cry on the phone with a woman, but also just never call her back.
It's like a lowercase f fuckboy, like a lowercase f.
Yeah.
Fucking lowercase.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Okay. I think I'm genuinely a good guy, and I get caught up in fuckboy scenarios.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
When a man of your age in his 30s says, I'm generally a nice guy, and he hasn't married or settled down with one woman and committed to her and made her his wife, he a fuckboy. There's no way around it. You are what you are. You are at that age where you can no longer be considered a good man, because if you're such a good man, you should have married a woman. Period. So y'all need to stop walking around saying, oh, I'm such a good guy. I'm such an awesome man. I treat women right. Then make her your wife.
Well, you can't have Frosted Flakes every day. Some days you want Honey Nut Cheerios.
And that makes you a fuckboy. Moving on. Okay, so we're going to get into today's hot topics. Okay, so this first brings us to NBA star Anthony Edwards and his baby mama, Aisha Howard. Okay. She's like, 13, 14 years older than her? He's 30. She's 38. Aisha is 38. And Anthony Edwards is 23? 24?
20s.
Yeah, early 20s. Okay, so NBA star Anthony Edwards made a historic move by paying $1,080,000 in child support all at once, covering 18 years worth of payments. That's $5,000 a month, but he decided to set it all up front. The message is clear. Don't ask me for a thing for the next 18 years. So, okay, so this YN, which is a young nigga, got this older woman. She 38 because she's older than him. Same age as me. He got her pregnant, was just messing around with her. She got pregnant. Right before she had the baby, she tried to move to Los Angeles, and then she petitioned and gave birth in Los Angeles. So she went to a judge and tried to get Los Angeles child support because, like, $5,000 might be the most you can get in a state like Georgia because the cost of living is low. But LA, that $5,000 could be equivalent to like 20 grand. But a judge agreed, and he agreed with Anthony Edwards that, yeah, you tried to move out here and give birth to the baby in Los Angeles so you can get more child support. So we're going to let a judge in Georgia settle the case. So the judge ruled that $5,000 a month will be the child support payments. And Anthony Edwards said he wanted absolutely nothing to do with the child. Nothing. Doesn't want to see the child. Doesn't want custody rights. Nothing. This child is on his own. And he decided to do something that historically might never have been done before, is to give Aisha Howard $1,080,000 up front and said, hey, best of luck. Yeah, I told you not to have the baby. I asked you to have an abortion. You decided to give birth to this child. I am going to financially provide for this child, but I will not father this child.
I think that it's interesting that you could just pay that off like that. I always thought it was just a monthly thing. I didn't know you could just do one lump sum and be done with it. Just pay a flat fee, child support. That's interesting.
And that makes for the child to have a bad relationship with the mother, because if the mother wastes all your money within a year or 6 months,
blows it.
Yo, you gonna be pissed. You gonna like low key hate your mama. You gonna be like, bitch, what you doing with my money? I feel like with that amount of money, like a portion of it, it's just like in Los Angeles when you have children actors, they have to have a Krugen account. And so that means that when they work on set or work on TV shows, a portion of the money has to go into a fund that's available for them once they turn 18. So a parent can't just spend all the money like what happened to, what was it, Gary Coleman. His parents like spent all of his money. So it's laws that's in protection of that. But I feel like a portion of that money should go in some type of money market account or some type of account to protect the child so that the child has something at 18 and the mother is not just wearing Fashion Nova clothes and designer Chanel bags. So
my son had a Coogan account.
Oh, he does? I set one up, yeah, he's an actor.
I set one up for him.
But I feel like that should be done in this case too for a child support case.
Oh yeah. That's. I mean, honestly, you know, and it's almost like you give yourself an allowance for the year because you know if you're not managing it properly. It's like that's so unfair.
Yeah,
I think the most I would say you know also even in investments.
Yeah,
in that regard, you know,
a portion of that money should be saved and invested, but not in anything high risk, but over time so that it actually grows for the child, so the child can have a college fund or whatever. But what's crazy is that men know how children are made. So for you to go into somebody raw, ejaculate, what do you expect is going to happen? And then to say you don't want the child, I feel like if you don't want the child, you shouldn't do the things that makes a child. And that's where a lot of men mess up. Here's this guy. I feel like Anthony Edwards, people are trying to like show him grace because they always want to attack the woman. Why have a baby with a man who don't want the baby? Maybe because you want your baby. Maybe you don't want to have no abortion. You know what I mean? So with that being said, being that she did give birth to the baby and he didn't want the baby, this nigga has a history of messing around with older women with unprotected sex. He had 3 kids in 1 year, including hers. And a total of like 4 kids. So with that being said, it's another thing too people aren't really talking about. He has a habit of going after rappers' wives. So I feel like niggas that he really is a fan of, he be like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep with your baby mama and get her pregnant too. And then when she really do get pregnant, be like, oh no, wait, I don't want that baby. Because he also has a child and he's in a relationship with another woman that's in her mid-30s or older. I believe her name is Shannon Jackson, which is Chief Keef's baby mama.
Yeah, I mean he's really spreading his seed to the rap community in a way.
Yeah, yeah. And is it some type of little weird fetish that you have for rappers? Because you're going behind them, which is kind of like
sloppy seconds.
But it's still like, do you really like low key have like a homosocial vibe with them? And homosocial don't mean that he wants to